everyone. It's been a while. Stuff has been stirring. Maybe you've been feeling that too. But I do feel a bit of a resurgence. So I thought I would do a reading because it's a Leo new moon. And I'm a little bit late on it, but the energies are still here. So yeah, let's explore. Before I pull cards, the messages that I'm getting today intuitively, the first one is reinforcement. So yeah, what could this mean for us? This is just the message I'm getting. It could be that, yeah, things need to be strengthened right now. Leo energy really is about strength, so that kind of makes sense actually. And just to help usher us into this next chapter, it's just, I feel like it's going to take a little bit of a push is what I'm getting, and we really need things to be in place and be solid and functioning. So if there's anything going on that needs a little duct tape, you know, get the duct tape out. Okay. Regeneration, that's the next message I'm getting. And the third one is rebirth. They're all R words, which is cool. And I also feel like this makes sense because we've kind of just gone through a bit of a forest fire. That's what's coming to me right now. So, you know, it's a 9-year, it's a year of the snake. This is death energy, it's shedding, it's out with the old, it's in with the new. You know, it is all of these themes, they're just continuing on through this time. And there's a lot of big outer planets that have just shifted energies. So it's very intense on a cosmic level and energetic. Things are shifting. All of a sudden you might feel like being pulled into new timelines. All of a sudden contracts and relationships are just being ripped up, like as if, you know, it's outside of you, bigger than you possibly. The wheel feels like it's turning. But anyway, with the Sag full moon, that was like mid-June, what was going on was feeling like all of a sudden after this death, the soul kind of wanted to like expand again, and that like, you know, after the like slow contraction and slowing down and clearing and dying of like whatever was falling apart earlier on in the first part of this year, what needed to be let go of before we continue on. With the Sag full moon, there was a lot of fire energy all of a sudden brought in. So fire is really important to the alchemical process. Fire and water, typically two of the elements like used really for this process. And it really like, it heated things up, I would say. Like it got things like churning in a way, like almost like, you know, the water is starting to boil. The decks are being cleared, like, you know how they light fires in forests on purpose so that like the land can be regenerated properly. So that's essentially what was going on. That's what it felt like to me. These are my messages I'm delivering from spirit. And now, after that essential process of just this devastation and this clearing, we are coming up in the time when it's time to rise up again. And then we have this nice like Leo strength, courage, energy coming through to assist us, is really how it's feeling. Like, okay, it's time for the rebirth. So where the veil was lifted earlier this summer or this year, whatever it is for you, whatever dark truths were revealed, you know, that is essential too. It's essential for the regeneration, you know, like it all plays together. And in the moment, it's very hard to accept these deaths and this clearing. sadness. Also let's like touch on what's going on in the world. We're walking through such a frightening time for many people, and uncertainty, grief, overwhelm. We're watching something absolutely beyond horrific. It's like a shutdown, like we're not designed to process this, especially like on our phones 24/7, constant, every day, like watching these horrors, being like, why is this happening, and why is nobody doing anything about it? And here we are, where like the age of technology and artificial intelligence is taking over, and we're all admittedly like addicted to our phones. And I would say at this point, like really feels like that sort of thing is making an impact. So, even like those old habits, like maybe some of those things need to get cleared away. Maybe we do need to like get that fire burning and like come online again and like give a fuck about things again, and do something with the wreckage. But either way, it's not an easy time, and we really do need to hold each other through this, because society doesn't teach us how to grieve. They're not going to be like, oh, you're having a hard time waking up and seeing like children suffering for 2 years fucking straight. Like for those of us who do struggle with that, like the injustice that you're like witnessing, and the sheer horror. Yeah, it's a lot. And I think like new ways need to be adapted. But either way, this like apocalyptic energy, which I'm also getting in the cards that I'm pulling, okay, this lifting of the veil is really what an apocalypse is, to reveal the truth. This is a painful process, and we're in it right now. We're in it. So here we go. Let's continue on. The oracle cards I pulled pretty much are reflecting my intuitive messages, which is really cool. What I'm seeing is that there is going to be like a bit of a mountain to climb for this regeneration, for this rebuilding. And that's probably like why this Leo new moon is coming online, to help us like usher us through. You might feel a rebirth. I do. Like I feel the new energy coming in, okay? Getting you like refocused on the vision again. What's the new vision? Out with the old. Okay, now I'm in my new self. I have a new vision. I'm upgrading. My cells are upgrading, okay, right? Especially if you've been purifying it all. That includes crying. That includes grieving. That includes, fasting, detoxing, not scrolling, whatever it is. Yeah. It's going to help give clarity, and what I'm seeing is like that is something that this clearing has to offer us. Okay? Clarity. Right? Like blank canvas vibes, There's something new that can be envisioned and then ideally sustained. It's like really like a rebuild, like from the foundation up is what we're going through, and it's probably starting on a level of self as well. Saturn is in Aries now. I forgot what else is in Aries, but Aries is self, so, and like Saturn is like the boss old man, and Aries is like the jokester fool. So they're weird energies together, but I don't know, to me it's like slightly giving Heyoka vibes, the sacred clown, which I feel like I have some of that in me, and I don't know, just something I'm drawn to. Okay, so let's get into it. What are we letting go? What is my collective letting go of? What are we leaving behind? Oh, wow. So yeah, Hermit and Six of Cups. It's almost like letting go of being nostalgic of the past and like staying hidden. Leo energy coming to the stage, coming to light. That can make a lot of sense. Like we're letting go of playing small. I'm also getting that. Six of Cups is a lot about children. you know, small, so it could be a message there as well. So it's like, it's time to carry your light out into the world and do something with it. So that's probably the new form that is being called in right now. We're also letting go of loss, okay? We're moving away from loss. That's what we just talked about. First half of the year, major death cycle, okay? 3 of Swords at the bottom, probably some painful stuff going on. You know, death is a painful experience. Like, okay, what are we coming into right now? Like, it is a painful experience. Oh, wow, yeah, exactly. Creating, magician, making our new reality. 3 of Pentacles, this is collaborating, working together, joining forces to like create something, okay? It's really similar to the Mountain energy. At least in the Kim Kranz deck, the 3 of Pentacles is the Mountain, and it's climbing this mountain. It does look like we're still slightly focused on what we are releasing, okay? But that doesn't mean there's not like 2 awesome opportunities right there, okay? So we're moving out of like this wallowing feeling of what didn't work and forgetting what is still available to us. And it looks like the Magician and the Empress is gonna come in. Very, very powerful combo. This is like literally the definition of like abundance and manifestation if you're into that like love and light sort of stuff. From a place of feeling lack, from feeling abandonment, fear, sadness, okay? I'm seeing sadness. It's kind of like going from like this reading is, this Leo new moon really feels like we're entering through we're about to enter through a portal where we are really going to start claiming our power, knowing that we do have the ability to manifest and create our reality that we want, to call that in, what we need to sustain, what we need to survive, and ideally to thrive, right? Hopefully the world can do that too, you know? Hopefully the world can do that too, but I mean, just to touch on that a little bit in terms of like the external worldly things going on, these genocides, pandemics, things like this, it is the nature of the times, and I wish I could deliver a better message, but unfortunately, this it's part of the alchemical process. I'm not saying genocide is like chill and should be used as a tool for alchemy. That is not what I'm saying, but I am saying on a universal karmic, like grand scale level, this was, you know, predicted in the Bible, in the book of Revelation. So this is kind of what it looks like. This is what it looks like. I don't, you know, the end times. Doesn't mean the world is going to end, but there's definitely going to be like a lot of shifts, okay? And one way to clear energy fast from the Earth's perspective is through things like death. It is through things like natural disasters, you know? So I'm absolutely not condoning for like killing off people to burn energy karmically. That is not what I'm saying at all. But the natural disaster stuff is not a coincidence, is sort of what I'm getting at, okay? And so are these, you know, generated like killings. That's what I'll call them. Manufactured death. Like, just like there's manufactured crime because prison systems are a business. This is like manufactured, like mass death, starting, you know, with COVID. Yeah, we're dropping the burden, and we're dropping the burden. We cannot like fly. We cannot become this new person without letting this stuff go. Okay, what else should we ask about the Leo new moon? Ooh, okay, well, 2 of Wands. Also, I didn't talk about this. Yeah, there's a whole new world in your hand. This is kind of like wanting to expand. It's waiting for the ships to come in. Like, things aren't fully you know, you're not fully taking action on it yet. But I do feel that after this new moon, new self emergence, there are some actions that are going to begin to be taken. Okay? If you're not already, I'm sure there's like some baby steps that you're taking, right? Could be like scrubbing off the old, cleaning, like clearing up your digital files, like after a mess, after whatever, there's debris, it needs to be cleaned up. That's kind of like the process that I'm touching on. It needs to be cleaned up before you are like, oh, let me put my new dress on and like hit the town with my new self. So King of Cups is coming in with this Leo new moon. That's like a very loving energy, able to ride the waves of life, like not affected by emotion, kind of like that masculinity of holding it together when it comes to emotions. With 4 of Wands and 6 of Wands. Wow. Quite the turnaround, might I say. Yeah, Leo's fast energy too. Leo's really fast, so it's like, you know, it's fire. Knight of Swords at the bottom. So yeah, I don't know, quick turnaround coming in fast. Like a lot about our passion here, a lot about letting go of what's weighing us down so that we can move forward and follow our drive and our passions, make things happen again. Yes, we have to pause. We have to let things die. We have to be stagnant. We have to be still. There are so many different like important parts of the process. So now we are moving out of that and into the more action-based, fiery, alchemical, like the creation part of the alchemy process, not the destruction part, the part where we actually change that pile of shit and turn it into a pile of gold. And I do see everyone succeeding in my collective doing this, okay? This is a victory right here. This is a victory. This is the 10 of Cups. This is like happiness. This is also a victory. Okay, they're graduating, they're going through a portal, a new, like ushering in like a new freedom, right? We've gone from one to the next, and it's also like somewhat stable energy. So one thing I'm seeing that I'll add is don't let the loss and what we have been letting go of and been clearing, don't let that make you miss out on something, okay? Because I'm seeing like a little bit of apathy here. But it could be also like conquering that apathy and like bringing that joy. So, you know, we always have a choice here. But I'm loving to see all this like new spark, rebirth, regeneration. We need it. We need it, definitely. It's hard to keep going sometimes when things just feel like it's dark and there's no hope, but there always is hope. Okay, I'm gonna pull some advice for you guys for this new moon. What do we need? Oh, the Star. Wow, and 6 of Wands. See, this is like the Spark Notes version of the whole reading. It's like the healing after the devastation and the clearing and the loss and that Tower moment. This is like healing and regeneration. After that comes this like wand power action energy. And this person's like holding either weapons or tools or something, you know, and it's also a repeat message, 6 of Wands. This is like double success. So these are victories after a war, okay? This is success after battle. That might resonate with you. If you're really part of my collective, it will, because it resonates with me. I love you. Thank you. And I hope this helped. I hope that, I don't know, you got a little piece of something to get you through the day or whatever. Clarity. All right, bye.